that we need to know. But y'all know, voting is coming up. Let's make sure that we get out and vote. And you know, we always like to start off our show with the prayer. So let me get the prayer warrior, and she could read us the prayer to ignite our spirit. You know, and that's where we're going to go today.
Good morning to everybody out there.
Good morning, good morning. How are you doing this morning?
I'm thoroughly blessed, Wade.
Oh, yeah.
Pleased.
Yeah, very blessed and highly favored.
And highly favored, that's it.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Well, we always call you on Friday morning for you to activate our spirit. So that's what we call you for this morning.
Okay. I have a word ready for us. And it says, seek to please me above all else. As you journey through your day, there will be many choice points along your way. Most of the day's decisions will be small ones that you have to make quickly. You need some rule of thumb to help make good choices. Many people's decisions are a combination of their habitual responses and their desire to please themselves or others. This is not my way for you. Strive to please me in everything, not just for major decisions. This is possible only to the extent that you are living in close communion with me. When my presence is your deepest delight, you know almost instinctively what will please me. A quick glance at me is all you need to make the right choice. Delight yourself in me more and more. Seek my pleasure in all you do. The message can be found in John chapter 8, verse 19, Hebrews 11, 5 to 6, and Psalms 37 to 4.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for the reading of the word. It's always a beautiful word of encouragement each and every Friday.
And you could always hear it here at AOC on the Community Matters Show.
Cox Channel 15, LUS 5 or Channel 3.
We thank you, we thank you, we thank you.
And I thank you guys. Have a blessed day.
You too.
Okay.
All right.
All right, we got to welcome you aboard to another show of Community Matters. Before we get started, we got to send our condolences out to the Lewis family on the loss of former Lafayette Parish school system bus driver, Mr. John Lewis. We got to send our condolences out to the Jones and Alfred family on the loss of former Winter Circle Sports Bar and Grill club owners, Mr. Jesse Alfred and Ms. Tineg.
Okay. Well, you got our condolences. Keith, before we get too far gone, I want to ask the listeners and all those that's taking community matters on the serious side. I would like everybody to get a Bible, and I call it a Amplified Bible, and read 1 Corinthians 13, not verses, the whole chapter. And we're going to find out what love is all about. Because I don't think we have enough love
displayed in the community.
Among ourselves. And another thing I'm asking us to do, watch how we throw our trash out there, please.
Yeah.
It looks awful, riding through the community and you see
nothing but trash.
Yeah, even seeing a pizza box out there thrown out somebody's car, but I was asked to announce this St. Matthew's Cemetery cleanup number 2, sponsored by the Sons of King, Saturday, November the 5th, 8:30 to 12. Please bring your own lawn equipment. Lunch and drinks will be served. And I think this is a wonderful thing that they're doing.
Councilman Dee Dee Johnson
Reed.
New Iberia.
Dee Dee Johnson Reed.
Yeah. They're sponsoring this, and I think, we should try to give them as much support as we can. for all New Iberia listeners, you know, please try to get and do this. And with that, you know,
We got, without
yeah, to
further
my-
ado, we
yeah.
gotta welcome aboard, not for the first time, not for the second time, but multiple times. City Councilman District 1, Mr. Pat Lewis, he gonna give us an update as to what's going on in the city. We got some exciting things out there. We know right now Lafayette is getting a different garbage collector.
Mhm.
Somebody else gonna be collecting. It's supposed to be better service, more efficient. Mr. Lewis.
Yes, sir. Good morning to all the listeners and good morning to you guys. Yes, we have in the city of Lafayette and also the unincorporated area, there will be a new garbage collector by the name of AWS, or Acadian Waste Service. They've been around for quite some time. I know it's over 10 years, and the owners are from Lafayette. That's what's very exciting, and the fees will save a little bit more money. The taxpayers, the ratepayers will pay less money for this service, and we will have more service than is provided by now by a provider that's providing services now.
We gonna get new cans?
Yes, and it'll be a different color. It'll be black. Same size cans, but two of them will be black, and the lids will be different
And
colors.
then I think I see, and I think this is the first time ever they're gonna be collecting tires too.
Yeah.
Yes, in other words, whenever your pickup day is, say your pickup day is whatever day it is of the week, if it's a Monday or Tuesday, whatever day it is, you can put your tires in those cans and they'll pick them up. And again, they'll have pickup, also bulk pickup, whereas the provider now picking up only once a week for bulk once a month for bulk. Now will be once a week. So that's even a better benefit for the ratepayers of Lafayette.
Right. But they're gonna pick up garbage once a week.
Once a week. Garbage will be continue on once a week.
Okay.
And also recycle. So
They're gonna recycle.
also recycle. They're recycling now, the present provider, but they will continue on recycling the new provider. Again, it'll be a little cheaper, but we have more services. And also, I think they are providing us with, when I say us, the ratepayers, with 30 new trucks. So they have, yeah, and this will start November 1st of 2023.
Okay, so they got a whole year to get it together.
A year to get it together.
Yeah. You know.
The only thing that's going to change, you're going to have a new provider and a little lower rate. And you'll get more services. Tires will be picked up in bulk weights. Will be picked up once a week.
We're also getting ready to get another appointed chief in today, huh?
Yeah, well, today, in fact, that person was appointed. Her name is Judith Estar. She was appointed by the mayor president 2 or 3 days ago, but today will be her official day. Inauguration
sworn
day,
in
sworn in today.
Okay. So,
At 11 o'clock.
wow.
So we gotta say good morning to you, Chief.
You gonna be there?
Yes, I'm leaving a little early today, and
Okay.
I'm going over there
Okay.
That's for the inauguration.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know, we still talking about, you know, we should have our own elected chief. We should be able to give the chief that we vote for, not one person, you know, going for the chief. And we don't know exactly what's really going on. You see, if we had our own elected chief, at least he would come to the community, try to explain to the people that's going to be voting for him what he has to offer, you know. And this here, that's just the mayor telling her she's going to be the chief, you know.
Well, if you notice, there's election going on right now for the other cities in Lafayette Parish, and they are electing their chief of police.
Yeah.
Not appointed, but they are electing their chief of police. And next year in 23, the elected chief of police will not be on the ballot because the chief of police that we have now, that's being inaugurated today, is appointed by the mayor president.
And I want to point this out too. Every municipality except Lafayette right now is voting for mayor, chief of police, and Lafayette. The residents of Lafayette can't go to those other cities and say, I want to vote for
Their
their
mayor.
man, I wanna vote for their chief of police. But when it's gonna come down to the mayor president's race in 2023,
they'll
they'll be able to vote for the mayor president.
Hmm.
You are absolutely right, and let's not forget, they also have an election for their council.
Yeah.
And the following year in 23, these all municipalities, as you said, the municipalities, they will be able to vote for our mayor president. When I say our mayor president, I'm talking about the Lafayette Parish president, also the parish council.
Mhm.
They can vote for the parish council. All these other municipalities can do that. But the citizens, the taxpayer of Lafayette cannot participate in their election, which is going on now.
No.
But they can participate in Lafayette election.
That ain't good.
It's not
No.
fair, not
Mhm.
good.
But, you know, when we first introduced you, you know, we didn't give a little breakdown on all that you have done for the district that you represent. When you started out as District 3, and then to fix the charter, you know, came in and took District 3 away and put you in District 1. You know, you took District 4 and made it District 5. Fixed the charter, did that, you know, and I know for a fact that you went around and tried to let the people know fixing the charter is not gonna benefit us, because right now the parish council got more control over what we have and what we don't have, or what we can have and can't have. So, you know, how's the Walker Road project coming? You finally got that done.
Well, in fact, I was there this morning. It's coming out real great. I'm hopeful that it will be completed first part of next year. The first quarter of next year should be completed. It's coming out real great. So everyone is looking forward to it. People that live around there, they're looking forward to it. I'm getting a lot of positive reaction about that, comments. People calling and saying that they're excited, can't wait until it's completed. They can see a lot. You pass there now, you can see a lot that's going on. I know someone that used to live around there, they're living in Mississippi now. They have to go around there last weekend and just was excited about it because they heard about it from someone else about the Walker Road project, because they used to live around there. They went and look at it and called back and said they're excited about it, even though they don't live there, but they're excited to see it finally getting done. That's an old project. That's about a 40, 50-year-old project.
Yeah, yeah. You know, another thing that was very of you was when you got early voting brought to the King Center. You know, Pat Lewis did that.
Yeah,
You know?
that was one of I feel not one of the biggest accomplishments, something that I really hold dear to my heart for everyone else, because I want to make sure that people go out to vote. Now, there's no excuse for
Right.
people to say, you know, like this week or last week was early voting.
Right.
Now there was not an excuse saying that I cannot vote. They had 7 days to vote.
One question
Yes, sir.
for Councilman Pat Lewis. Any predictions on the turnout on the election from the community, from being neutral about the candidates? Any prediction you're gonna have heavy turnout you expect, or will there be some problems? I know the city council people don't necessarily have anything to do with it, but we want to let our people know what to expect. Because November 8th is probably one of the biggest days in this year. So.
Thank you for that question. I happened to go there twice or 3 times for the early voting, and the people that's working the polls are saying that they're having a good turnout. Just what they expected. The turnout was real good. Yes, sir.
Excuse me, Pat, I got a call coming in. Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Mr. Wallace. Good morning, Keith. Good morning, Pat. Another great show. This is Toby Aguilar calling, running for Lafayette City Court Judge, number 59 on the ballot. I just want to say thank you, Mr. Lewis, for everything you've done for the city. And I love the fact that y'all are discussing the early voting. It's important. and Mr. Pat was instrumental in giving more access to the community. I was there at that meeting when you brought that up, Mr. Pat, and that was a good thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Good morning to you, Mr. Aguilar.
You know, what's your number again?
Number 59.
59. Okay. Well, we wish you very well. And we went to your rally the other night,
Yes.
and man, you cooked an awesome jambalaya.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. I'm glad y'all enjoyed it.
Oh, yes, sir.
And
Yes,
good
sir.
luck. Good luck to you, Mr. Toby. Good luck, Chief.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, good luck.
Good luck to you. And thank you for checking in and watching the show.
Appreciate it. Thank y'all guys. Have a great day.
All right, you too.
Thank you.
And people, you still have a chance to get out there and vote November 8th, this coming Tuesday.
Yes.
You still got a chance to vote. Let's exercise our right to vote. Let's
be
let's
a-
do what
be
we
heavy.
fought for the many challenges that our ancestors went through to make sure we had that right.
Mm-hmm.
So let's utilize it.
I remember the first time I was around campaigning, and I went to a football rally, and I was passing out my push cards, and I remember I asked this young lady, you know, to support for the vote, and she told me that my vote don't count. I don't vote.
Mm.
And when they told me that, the first time I heard someone say that, you know, because I remember I registered to vote when I was 18 years old,
Mm-hmm.
and someone to tell me that my vote do not count and I don't vote. And I'm talking about probably about maybe 16, 17 years ago. I didn't realize people felt that.
Yeah.
And then as time went, people do feel that, and they have to realize, yes, your vote do count, because I know some people lost the election by 3 votes.
Yeah.
3 votes.
Every vote counts.
Every vote counts.
Yeah.
And so it counts, it matters. And I explained to them that it matters, but they didn't want to hear it.
No.
Now, that was the election before President Obama. And then look, when people came out for President Obama,
It counted.
different.
It counted.
Yeah.
For with this present election, before for the presidential, in some counties, what Biden won by what, 0.5%,
Yeah.
1%.
Yeah.
Well, maybe back to that, Councilman Lewis. One more question,
Sure,
not
yeah.
to predict.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
What is the most important issue on the ballot for you, the concern, not that you for or against, but what's the most that the people should, you think, as a city councilman, as a person who, you know, trying to work with your community, that they should be concerned about looking at?
Well, my thing is that, you know, constituent that I represent, and personally for myself, that to reach out to someone that I can contact them. Because I'm a person that, you know, I'm elected official, I feel that I'm easily accessible. And I don't care if you're a judge, a sheriff, or whoever, a mayor, president, or a councilman, a school board member, be accessible. That's the biggest thing I have for somebody, be accessible. And, you know, we have a lot of people that's campaigning now. I do know, like, Toby's accessible because he was the chief of police for some time when I was a councilman. No problem with him. So, again, someone that's very accessible to the community.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. And,
Switching over.
you know, and all it is what you call me back. That's all it is. Call me back.
Oh, I'm gonna call you back.
Yeah. And
He calls back.
Yeah, he's really good for that. You know, I know other people I gave his number to, and when I see him again, I say that you get in touch with Councilman Pat. Oh yeah, he didn't answer his phone right then, but about 10 minutes later he called me up because he told me he was cutting his grass.
Yeah, in fact, right now I had a few people that contact me. I text them on the radio show, and I will call them back because I feel that if somebody contact you through social media or a phone call, is important.
Yeah.
Very few
Yeah.
people. I've been in office going on 8 years. I only had about 3-4 calls. People thank you. Rest of the time, people call me because they have a concern,
Yeah.
a question. So I feel it's important. So people won't call you unless it's important. It's
Right.
very seldom people call you just to say how you doing and blah blah blah. Again, I had maybe 3 calls that, hey, how you doing? I don't want anything, you know. But other than that, it's important. I mean, it may not be important to someone else, but it's important to them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Switching gears towards LCD,
Okay.
towards the city council. We know the city and parish council dissolved some raises the last couple of agendas, and we know those raise increases proposals could come back, and where we at with that?
Well, you're all right. It should come back. I feel that the council staff, meaning that we have 7 people that work for all council members, we have 10 council members, and all 10 of us, we have somebody work for us. We have, like the city councilman, we have a young lady that work for us, and we have the clerk and the assistant clerk, and we have people that you see if you look at council meetings, someone that be reading the agenda. So all these, there's 7 of them. So, and if somebody call me, have a complaint, I relate to one of the staff, right? And then the staff turn around and take care of everything for it. So they deserve a raise. And some of them, like our clerk and assistant clerk and another gentleman in there, they have extra education. They went and get certification. So they deserve more money. They've been working, one of them been working over 30 years, and the other's been working 10, 15 years, and they deserve to make more than that they're making now.
Mm-hmm.
And again, when it comes to the administration, the mayor president, he knows how much he should be giving his employees. He knows what they do and what their certification are, their education are. So again, I support both of them. I support the administration because of what the mayor president feels they should receive, and I support the staff that work for the council members. And that's where the controversy came in. Some people feel, even though they're council members, they feel the staff should not get some extra funding, right?
Both
And that's
staffs
not right.
are just,
Well, we have city has we have 10 against 5 city councilmen and 5 parish councilmen, and these 7 people work for both council members. Both.
yeah, so they feel the administration staff shouldn't get the raise, or the council staff?
Oh, well, no, I need to clarify that.
Yeah.
Some of the council members have no problem with the administration getting the raise, but they have a problem with their staff getting the raise. That would be strange, right?
Yeah.
But they feel that way. They feel that they don't have a problem with the administration.
Well-
But they feel that, and I understand in a point, but not. I feel that the staff should get the funding, but they feel that because the administration, some of them are engineers and what have you, and they do more. They feel they do a lot of work, but then you have to look at the people that work for you.
Correct. Well.
Are they getting the going rate that other municipalities in that size, are they getting the same rate as other areas,
Right.
whether they in another state or larger municipality?
Well, we look at that larger municipalities. For instance, our clerk. You look at New Orleans. They don't call the clerk a clerk. They call the clerk as, I can't remember the position, but like some type of administration.
Yeah.
But does less work than our clerk does.
Mhm.
Less work than our clerk does. And they make a lot more money than our clerk makes, right? But then if you look at their clerk doesn't do the same that our clerk does. So in other words, there's a problem by title names, right? If we can change our title name for the clerk to say administrator
Right.
or whatever it may be, a deputy administration.
Designation,
Yeah, that would be, so that way right now you can't compare because it's not apples to
Does
apples.
the city council, you guys who sit on the council, do you guys evaluate the performance of each employee? Or that's more of an administration under the mayor president?
No, the clerk, see, the city employees work on the civil service.
Right.
The clerk, our staff that work for the council is not civil service.
Right.
So who
So y'all gotta
evaluate the staff?
evaluate.
Yeah, well, the clerk evaluate her
Okay.
staff,
Okay, y'all evaluate her.
and we evaluate
Okay.
her.
Correct, and the appointed positions is not civil service.
Exactly, appointed
Yeah.
position, not civil service.
So, off the thing, they're asking, Jamie Angel been,
Oh, yeah.
his job duty's been upgraded.
Mhm.
They're asking if he's in that proposed budget.
No,
Okay.
No. no, he was at one time, but then all that came out. It was.
I say Pat need a press secretary and a media person.
Oh, yeah, that's
Put me on there, man.
Yeah. So that was a lot of controversial, a lot of talk about things, but that all died down. But last Tuesday night, we not appointed, but then 2 people received a raise, a communication person, because their salary was real low, and we just bumped them up to where it should be. And then I think it was one other person, the accountant, the chief accountant.
Not to tell you what the citizens is saying. Some of them, I can't speak
Feedback.
for all citizens.
Yeah.
Some citizens is saying that the council staff should get their raises, but the administration people shouldn't get their raises.
You're right. Yeah, I heard about that too.
That's what the citizens
Yeah,
say.
and yeah, I hear about that because they understand the situation, they understand the process, because they know that if you look at the meeting is done is handled very, very well.
Mhm.
And who handles the meeting? Is the council staff.
Yeah. Mhm.
You have to realize a meeting is not an administration meeting; it's a council meeting.
Mhm.
Well, if you look at all the agenda, council meeting.
Mhm.
And they are the one that put right now they're working on the agenda for our next meeting.
Mhm.
The meeting that's coming up on the 8th.
Mhm.
Okay, they're working on that. So in fact, you'll see, they're working on this meeting, not the 8th, I'm sorry, the next on the 15th.
Well, if y'all bring up the issue of the specter of raises for the administration and the employees, don't that create some type of somewhat concern to the regular guy that digging the ditch for Lafayette, city of Lafayette? Do they want raises too?
Well, they just received a 2% raise.
Okay.
This
Some people
year.
might say that's not
Well,
enough.
right, they'll say it's not enough, and
With,
I agree that
inflation,
it's not enough.
you know.
But I agree that's not enough. But that's their supervisor
Okay.
and their manager
Okay.
should bring it up to get raised.
Okay.
For a few years back, the linemen for the city of Lafayette, some of them got $8 an hour raise,
Okay.
a $12 an hour raise.
On top of what they already make.
Part of what they have. But who did it is their supervisor, and that's what brought it back to the
Now-
council to say. So, in other words, like the laborers, yes, I believe more
Yeah.
than they should be getting. I feel that the lowest paid position should be maybe $15, $17 an hour.
Yeah.
Now, correct
You know?
me if I'm wrong. These particular raises we talking about, these are employees that's not protected under the Civil Service Act.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so
And I thought it was ridiculous, the raise that Mayor President wanted to give his COA, you know? I thought it was a ridiculous amount of money.
Well, then like what Brother Jay was just the question he was asking.
Yeah.
When you compare it to other municipalities that have a lesser population in the city of Lafayette,
Hold on,
their
we got-
salaries are higher than our
Go
We got a
salaries.
call coming in.
let me finish this thing.
No, that's it.
Call. Good morning, caller.
Hello,
Good morning,
Good morning.
caller.
good morning. I'm calling in to compliment Pat Lewis.
Okay,
He's doing a good job. He tried to help everybody, but maybe he could get some of that $10 million they give Brown Park to upgrade the speaker system. It was bad the other night. They need a replacement or upgrade.
Yeah.
You pass the compliment on to Mr. Pat Lewis.
Yes, sir.
Probably
Yes,
like
sir.
Well, what it is, sir, you are absolutely right. What it is that when I had initiated the meeting, I told the guys that worked there I needed 2 mics, okay, and for the platform. So what happened? They set it up for 2 mics, but on 1 speaker. What they should have done was because they had another speaker, each mic on his own speaker. So that was the problem there. They were using 2 mics on 1 speaker. So so when one person would use a mic,
Mhm.
and then the other one would try to use it, you had all this static. And the problem could have been easily solved. All they had to do was put each mic on his own speaker. But thank you for bringing it up to my attention. But we did notice that it was really, really bad, and all they had to do was put another speaker on there to each mic. But thank you, caller.
Call
Thank
Keith.
you, caller.
All right,
for calling.
thank
Call Keith.
Yeah.
We got press secretary, we got audio guy.
Mr. Lewis, switching to changing it. Everybody want to know about this. Is a hot topic. They say it went quiet,
Mhm.
but they asking where are we standing in the investigation of the mayor president.
I wish I could.
If you can answer.
No, I wish I could. If I knew the answer, I would. I know it's the investigation. We just appropriated another $100,000, not an additional. But you remember, before the budget, we appropriated $100,000 for the investigation. Then there was, after the budget, we had to do it all over again. So that's why we voted on it again last council meeting, last Tuesday, to appropriate that $100,000 again.
Okay.
So the investigation should be starting pretty soon. If not, maybe it has started. But I don't think it did because we had to appropriate for this fiscal year. We appropriated for last year, we had to do it again for last council meeting for this year.
Okay.
That was that $100,000 again. So the investigation did not stop. It will be moving forward.
Okay, good, good. And what we couldn't understand, all those folders, what it was? There was 6 of them, huh?
Folders.
Yeah. those-
He's talking about when Josh, the mayor president and his staff compiled the records that.
Oh, yeah, I think it was 3,500 pages. Yeah, 3,500 pages. When he answered these 18, 19 questions.
Mhm.
So all these, the public records, I know there was a big hassle a couple of weeks ago, maybe a month ago, about the charges for public records, $1 a page, and I think the problem was because it was 3,500 pages, so it was
Yeah.
$3,500. In the past, you know, public records maybe with 10 pages, 5 pages, you know, the city probably would give it to them, or well, it was $5, $10, but 3,500 pages, $3,500, that's what people started complaining about, the ones that wanted the public records.
Mhm.
Correct. So, where does the fee stand on the public records? I know the charter states anything dealing with financial is supposed to go through the city council or the parish council, depending on who what the fee is for. Where that stand on the pricing for public records?
Well, I'll tell you this, I can say just this amount because right now we're under litigation, you know, we're being sued, so I can't talk about that too much. But I know the fees are normal fees that everyone else charges. I think it's like $1. So that's the most I can say because again, we're under litigation, so I can't speak about that.
Okay, no problem. My thing is, you know, it seemed like the mayor president got pretty upset with the council because the council wanted to spend $100,000 to do some auditing, you know, but he gonna go spend millions of dollars to move a levee in the middle of the night, you know. So I think that he trying to play y'all for not to go on with the investigation, with the audit investigation. You know, that's just the way I feel, and I'm just making my statement. You know, so but we all done been through some kind of messed up situation since we done had a new mayor president. You know, for some reason or another, to me, he trying to bully a lot of things that's going on within his administration. And when I say that, he don't never want us to have anything, but soon as one of the councilmen or council lady puts something on, he always want to be in the front of the cameras like he was a part of all of that.
Now, with that being said, let me ask this question. Do the councils, the councilmen, councilwomen have a working relationship with the administration?
Yeah, I'll say we all mostly do. I mean, I don't know their relationship because I can talk for myself that I feel I have a decent relationship with the mayor president because you just made a comment about the Walker Road. That's a project that I've been working on since I just got it, since I've been elected in 2016. And finally, you know, it's happening because he's the one that's making it happen for me, you know, for my constituent. We talk about the early voting. Yes, I did move some money around from the district for me to have that location, but he had to sign it. If he wouldn't sign it, it wouldn't happen.
Right.
So you see, you gotta have a good working relationship with the person that writes the check. So I can bash him, I can say everything and complain about him and look good, but then when it's time for something to happen for the people that I represent,
You can make it look bad.
it can make you look bad,
Yeah.
you know.
No,
So you know, it's not. So I have to have a relationship with him, and we all do, so we can have things. And I'm gonna say it. I'm one of the councilmen that have most of everything in this district because the district I represent been neglected for so long, and now that I had a good relationship with the previous mayor president as well. And I was able to have some things move forward with him too. So you have to have a decent relationship with the administration because they signs. I can say I need this, and all you have to do is because everyone works for him. When I say everyone, I'm talking about all the civil service employees, all employees that work for Lafayette Consolidated Government work for the mayor president. And if I want some, or any council member wants something, all he has to do is call them and say, "Don't do it."
Mhm.
And if they do it, he'll fire them.
Right.
Or, you know, so you have to have that relationship with him so you can have something move forward. If you don't have a relationship with him, hey, nothing gonna move forward.
Mhm. You're right about that, you know?
So, that's then kind of on the level of neglect. If you gonna call a department and say, don't do nothing for this area because that's still on the level of
Yeah.
neglect.
Well, yeah, but you're right about neglect, but then again, it can be neglect, but what you gonna do about it? What can you do about it?
Good morning, caller.
Good morning, Carl.
Good morning, guys. Good show like every Friday. Commend Pat Lewis again for doing a great job. He did a good job for me. What I talked to him about, and it came through. But y'all have a drug policy testing for the city parish employees?
Yes, sir, they do have a drug policy. Again, as a council person, I don't know when people get called in for random drug testing.
Confidential,
But I do
huh?
know they have one.
It's confidential.
Yeah, well, not that it's
I mean,
confidential.
who have access
No.
to know what's going on?
Yeah, well, it goes through human resource and risk management.
Okay.
Anytime they want to test someone, they can randomly test someone. But then as council member, being that I don't work for the city, I'm a council, I don't know when they gonna randomly test
How about
anybody.
how about the elected
And
officials?
I believe
Elect-
it's only civil service protected employees, so only
Right.
you,
Well,
service
well,
employee.
well, I know this, and it's
unless the mayor decide, look, hey, you go, you know.
I don't know that part, but I know that I've been on the council going on, it's over 7 years now, and I don't know anyone in the council office, the staff that was randomly test for drugs. So you could be right, maybe just civil service
The
employees.
reason why I'm asking that, I used to work and do a little supervisor myself, and I'm not bragging, but this unfortunately we had problem with drinking, and we was random. But once they catch you or you test positive, and we give you an offer to get a treatment, then there's no random. You get tested anytime once you come back on the job because you've been you wait for help and everything. So the point I really want to know if somebody gonna test Josh Hillary.
That's my point.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Well,
work.
Because he wait the 21 days and nobody follow up on him to see if he still have the problem. I know it's public records for his wife can't get nothing on him to see how his treatment went and nothing like that. But he checked his balance. That's what I'm getting at.
Yes, sir, you are absolutely right. No, really,
He's not above the law.
yeah, I never thought about that. You
Well,
are
well,
absolutely correct.
that's the question I was trying to,
Yeah.
do the state has something in place that if you're an elected official, does that, are you mandated to have a drug test? No, just like they shield it in a sense.
You're right. You
Because we could have people
As-
running things
Yeah.
for, how about a state police commander? So we could get on that. Do they have to take drug tests? You don't know? I'm just saying, a person appointed by a high officer elected person, so I don't know. I need to find that out
I don't know
myself.
that. I never even thought about it. Never,
Yeah.
Like what the caller said about what the mayor president. I never even thought about
Well,
that.
you elected too, right?
Well, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Somebody might ask you that.
As far as what the charter states
Yeah.
here in Lafayette.
Okay.
Because, I mean, one more question. The reason why I'm asking all of that, you know, I know New Orleans is a different
Yeah.
area from Lafayette, but they trying to recall them for something really stupid.
Yeah.
And all what Mayor President did, Josh Guillory, ain't nobody really not saying anything, you know, because he's really gonna break the city with all these lawsuits.
They
They
call
gotta
it.
pay. So I'm listen to y'all. Y'all have a good weekend. Appreciate it. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, Carl. The difference between Lafayette and the city of New Orleans, the people who's calling for all this against
It's a political.
American Trail is there's a commission. There's two separate commissions. There's a commission for review of the city council, and there's a review commission that reviews the administration in New Orleans. And they're saying she went against the policies of the city of New Orleans.
Well, they have a lot of issues in New
here in
Orleans
Lafayette,
with the police and the ACLU's suing them for another reason. That's another story.
And
Brother Wise and I going to chop it up about
Yeah.
the cameras and all that.
and correct me if I'm wrong, here in Lafayette, I don't think there's no such commission
No.
like that that reviews the administration or the
Then
city
it's
council.
mostly political with the mayor of New Orleans.
We have a charter.
They got
So,
Yeah, we have a
charter.
they got a lot of right
New
wing
Orleans,
people.
New Orleans have a charter
Oh,
too,
do you?
but that commission would form. And it's the same thing, Mr. Wallace, that we've been talking about. A citizen review board with
Yeah.
subpoena power
Yeah.
over the city of Lafayette, but nobody want to get on board with that. So,
Well, that's the biggest part of it. For almost 15 years now,
What?
we've been talking about citizen review board with subpoena power.
Well, maybe when the DOJ gets here, they're supposed to be
And
making
then-
a stop.
and then I
Lafayette.
want to point this out. Every 10 people that run the election seat on both councils, the mayor, president, the people elect them. The people put them in there.
Right.
Just like you put them in that seat, you get a majority to take them out. You know, if it's up to whether you can get the majority or not. If you can't get the majority to agree with you, well then that's the way it's gonna roll. That's the way the people roll.
Well, we have an election coming up in
Yes.
23, so, I mean, I understand what you're saying, so right then and there, we only, about 12 months from there, or 12,
Yeah,
13 months,
yeah,
so
yeah.
election time, people will start running for different positions. So everybody, that's why it's so important that people vote, your vote do count. Your vote do count.
You have any plans in stepping up?
I'm sorry.
You have any plans in
And
stepping
Yes, I do have some plans on stepping up, so, I mean, I
Okay.
have some plans, so, again.
Yeah, well,
We have election that we're doing right now, I don't wanna.
Yeah.
Don't confuse,
Yeah,
don't
don't
confuse.
confuse things.
'Cause it
Some
can-
questions are best not answered.
You're
Yeah.
confused.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, we might jump in that city court race, qualifying over those.
The right way will come after you.
I like what I do, to tell you all the truth. I really enjoy what I do. I'm so honored that people gave me an opportunity to represent them, to serve them, however they want to call it. I really love my job,
And you're really
representing the
doing it
people.
well. And
You know,
you're
so
really doing it well.
I like to continue on doing what I'm doing. I really love it.
And I gotta take the time right now to give it to the council. I mean, the council women, the councilmen, they've been so open, so transparent with the community. Things that they don't even know about, they try to address it. And if they can't address it, they're gonna let you know they can't address it because they don't know about it. But they've been so open. So I just gotta say I appreciate them for that.
Right. And I done seen them not all of them, but I done seen a couple of them, different functions that we was having, you know, came in support, especially youth. They came to support youth, came to support the community, and it wasn't even their district. So, you know, we like that because we wasn't getting all these things before on the prior administration or the prior elected official, you know, and I'm not embarrassed to say it.
Well, yeah, it's just a lot of things that had been going on in the past, you know, and it's not, you know, just how things happen, you know, just, you know, things happen different ways for different reasons, and things are moving along now. You know, I can't speak for what happened in the past, but
you sure made it for good future.
I'd like to ask Pat another question out of the ballpark. Any word on the future of Highway 90, Evangeline Thruway? As I know it coming from New Iberia, because there's a concern about traffic and accidents and all of that stuff. Any word that you know of the future? Because it's like it's in limbo, you know?
Well, they have meetings that have been going on since I've been there. Or before me, probably. You talk about I-49, that's what you're talking about, right? About the, you know, the expressway over going from, I think, the airport till Willow Street,
right?
You know, well, really almost till Interstate 10,
right?
Overpass. So it's a lot of conversation. There's probably billions of dollars in there right now. There's some funding there, but you know, I tell people a lot.
You don't see no change in
nothing changes. You know, every 5 years there's something. You know,
I see the attorney is rebuilding her office, the one who the tree got there.
You're talking about Felicia.
Yeah, so I don't expect you to be building something for the future, and things could be running that way. So probably done deal. We gonna keep it like it is.
Well,
right?
you see where she's at. They're supposedly having it over. It's gonna go over, so probably she can still operate her business if the 90, I-49, whatever you call it, goes over where she's operating her business. So it's not, you know, they already purchased all the land and the property to expand across from St. Genevieve Church, and they had 3-4 houses there. You know, some part. They already purchased that. All that land, the state already purchased all that property. Going as far back as on Buchanan Street. So a lot of the property was purchased by the state. So her property wasn't purchased, so I guess evidently wanted to interfere with her location, because I see the same thing you see, that she's rebuilding. If that's her, that was her property. I don't know if that's her or not.
And I know
one more question. Where is the status at on Willow Street, the extension of Willow Street?
You're talking about from University?
Oh,
well, right now, you know, there's all the construction going on because they're building a new Truman School there. So there's a lot of construction going on there. So whenever it starts, it's going to be right after the school is built, which should be built next year. But there is some momentum that we're going to move forward. But then the momentum now is on University. There's I'll say probably within April of this year, coming 23, you guys going to start seeing some movement. We're getting ready to put sidewalks on both sides of University. So when I was able to put that redevelopment of the full corner, that's ignited the, you know, to move forward with the University corridor from the full corner area all the way up till Interstate 10. And they want to have where the school is a roundabout there. I think there's going to have 2 roundabouts. The previous council was able to secure some funding for a roundabout north of Interstate 10. So there were some things happening to the previous council members as well. So just so happens it's happening now while I'm a council member. They were there, the funding was there, and just like North San Antoine, there's a big move for North San Antoine. I didn't realize that project been going on for 40 years. But the previous councilman was there before I did. He kept the funding there, so the funding was there. So whenever it happened, it not happened with me because I have, in fact, I'm having a meeting next week, I'm sorry, for when it's going to start. It should have started in 2019, then 21, and now we're in 22. It still hasn't started, but we keeping the funding there. So again, sometimes things happen. Funding is there. Whoever's the council member, the project doesn't get started until maybe 10, 12 years later. The council member is gone. You know, there was some things happening in the previous councilman before I got there.
And I know we're reaching the top of the hour. One more question. As far as the Hyman Performance Arts Center, we know it's time to expand it. What's going on with that?
Well, with the Hyman Performance Center, I know that people will, there was a committee that was formed maybe last year, and they did a little research, and they felt there were 3 or 4 locations that the Hiram Performance Center should be built. One was around the Norgate Mall, one was at the old Acadiana Country Club where the golf course was on the service road by Correct Farm, and the other one was at somewhere downtown, I think where the old Lewis Hospital was, and also around the Cajun Dome. And that committee selected the Cajun Dome, but that will be put there for instance, but the committee selected the Cajun Dome, thought it'd be the best site. But now there's a lot of people that feel that it's not the best site. For me, I don't feel the best site either. I would not support it at the Cajun Dome. It'll be too all they're doing, you have a foot. Okay, let me tell you, you have the convention center already. There's a convention center now. You want to put the Hiram Performance Center there?
No.
But I don't know why their reasons were, what their reasons for. But I would not support it.
Now, but before anything is finalized, it has to go to the city council.
Yes, it should come from the city council. Then remember, we 5, so you need 3. But then, if the mayor president don't agree with us 3, he can veto it. So then you need 4.
Okay. We got 3 minutes left. Do you have any closing
No,
comments?
my closing comment would be again that I love working for my constituent. I love the job that I do, and I enjoy the people that I do work with. In fact, everyone that I had a chance to put my eyes on or feel or touch and speak with, I enjoy the conversation, and I look forward to continuing the success that we have in moving District 1 forward. And thank you guys.
Well, appreciate you for coming in. We know you have to go, so we'll see you on the next run through here.
Okay, thank y'all.
Appreciate you. Be safe.
You need a press secretary and a sound man.
Yeah, we'll read the top of the hour. Appreciate Councilman Pat Lewis for coming in and sharing some of the things that we wanted to know. Appreciate you for being here. Appreciate the people for allowing us to come in their eyes, in their heart, in their home, and in their ears.
So, we gotta thank you for tuning in.
Yeah.
And give them that message of voting. Brother Wallace, you're the strongest proponent.
November 8th, get out there, exercise your right to vote, do your civic duty.
Please.
Don't let nobody tell you don't vote when they could be voting themselves.
Yeah.
That's the biggest trick in the book.
But and we got to start looking up to ourselves to make sure that we are going places. We could always say, don't vote.
I know that.
But if you don't vote, you leave somebody else vote for you, and they're not going to be putting the right people in.
The views and opinions expressed today does not reflect the views and opinion of Acadiana Open Channel, Cox Communications, Lafayette Consolidated Government, LUS Fiber, Digital Soul Media. The views and opinions reflected today only reflects the views and opinions of the guests, the host, and the co-host, and the director. Thank you all for tuning in.
Look out for Amos Cuisine.
Let me cut the stream off.
Fellas.